Hello parents, how are you? Welcome to today's challenge. Our challenge today is going to be, we're going to pick an article and we're going to read it to our children. Pick an article that has a moral lesson or value that is teaching your child based on the age that they are in or something you have noted that they struggle with. The goal here is for us to read an article, then discuss it with our children and get to know their mindset and how they view such situation and the opinions they have around that situation. The other goal definitely is to continue spending time with our children. I know by now we are loving this moment where you get to sit and forget about your responsibility to solve the world's problem and just find a pocket of joy and just realizing what a treasure and a gift your child is. Something I want us to note is that the things that we call bad conduct and misbehavior in our children that we are seeking to train and discipline them out of, which we are going to do, we are not saying they're getting away with it, that is a fruit of their thought process. They don't just wake up and lie. They don't just wake up and steal. It's something that has been conceived in their minds, and there's a way their brain thinks and sees situation that makes it right for them to do that which you call wrong. And so before we train them, we need to know where is it coming from. And so instead of beating them for just stealing, it is more foundational and more effective to correct that thinking process. So for example, 0 to 4 years, you could read a story in the Bible or narrate a Bible story. So for example, you're teaching your child obedience. You could talk about the story of Joseph when he was told to go to his brother in the war, when they were out there taking care of the father's sheep, and he knew the brothers didn't like him. So maybe the internal struggle he had, but at the end of it, he obeyed the father. If, for example, you have your teenagers, you could find an article that is talking about relationship and how different people are doing different relationship. You could have the sex conversation. You could get an article that is talking about the LGBTQ, what their ideology, whether you're born that way or it's something that is scientifically induced, whether it's formed by your traumas or what you have been exposed to. Get your child to read that article. You can actually send the article to your child in the morning or during the day, especially now that they are at home. Then now in the evening, you discuss it. The other goal we're doing this and why we're picking an article is that we want to really encourage our children to read. Reading is actually a parenting tool. It's not just, by the way, it just elevates your children to another level. But if you've not yet, maybe you've not inculcated the culture of reading, you could discuss a TikTok video, for example, if that is allowed in your home. So maybe there's a TikTok that talks about girls in high school, boys in high school, and what they are doing, what relationship in the high school setup looks like. So now watch that TikTok together with them, then discuss, what do you think about this? Why would these girl in this video do this? Why would this boy do this? What do you think their parents could be feeling? Where do you think they got this behavior from? Who do you think introduced them to smoking shisha? Just have a conversation and get to pick their mind on it. If your child has already left home, maybe they are young adults, they are Gen Z, you could share an article of what the violence that is happening in Tanzania because of the election. Ask them about what they think about the situation. Is it right to lose? What do they think about someone losing their life for the sake of a better governance? Is it worthwhile? Like, what could be going through their mind? So see what your child thinks about it, and the goal here is not to condemn or to correct them. It's just for you to know where their mind is, and then now moving forward, you know how to shape your conversation so that you shape their ideologies. We said our goal as parenting is not necessarily to offer them knowledge, but to give them wisdom, to tell them when you have 1, 2, 3, 4 options, this is how you make the best decision. This is the wisdom to apply. Even though all your peers are doing this is the way to think. This is the way of thinking that makes you a leader and not a follower, that makes you a hero and not a victim. Because in the same demonstration like we watched in Kenya, not that it was a good thing, but there are those who emerged as leaders out of the protest, and there are those who died. So yeah, to get to know the thought process of your child is our challenge for today.